you sing out your frustration? Just say a word. Keep on staring at the pavement. God knows who hurt. Ooh, your mind is...
Hey guys, welcome to Toy Chat. This is Max.
And Sang.
And our coverage of this year's Integrity Toys convention is continuing in today's video, live from Fashion Week in Baltimore, Maryland. So we have already posted a vlog of our experience there and our haul of the Style Lab. Poppy Parker, She's a Real Doll. So if you haven't watched those two videos yet, definitely go check them out. I will link them both in the description below. But today, we're gonna give you the second of what's probably gonna end up being 3 hauls total from the convention. So for this haul, we're gonna show you guys everything we picked up from the main convention collection, as well as the Salesroom exclusives. So this is basically everything we purchased at the souvenir shop. It's a lot of dolls to go over, so we are gonna jump straight into the haul.
So the souvenir shop had a range of characters from all of Integrity lines, majority of them. So each box is color-coded by the line that they're in. So we have the kind of like tan, kind of yellowish box that's for FR, so Fashion Royalty. And the bright yellow is for New Face. And this nice blue one is for, what line is that? East 59. And over here, hot pink is for Poppy. And the light lavender is for Industry. Okay. And then they also had a another blue color for the Monarchs, but we didn't get him, the one Monarch, so.
Yeah, we'll discuss him a little bit later. But so we actually bought everything from the convention collection and Salesroom exclusive dolls except for 2 of them. We did not pick up Plum Powers, who is the new character, and we did not pick up Darius Reid, the Monarch. So we'll discuss them a little bit later, and we'll maybe, get into our thoughts about why we didn't purchase them. But we're gonna go ahead and jump right into what we did purchase. We'll go ahead and start with the convention collection.
So we're gonna start with Fashion Royalty, and starting off we have...
So this is English Rose Eugenia Perrin Frost. You know what, I just realized her name is Perrin Frost, so is she related to Vanessa? And
they're sisters, yeah. But I think she got married, so that's why
they have a lot of big family. Okay. And she was designed by Jessie Ayala. She is... You know what's really funny? It seems like the opinions on her were a little bit mixed. I love her. I think she's absolutely gorgeous. I would actually say she's one of my favorites from the collection this year. And live from Fashion Week, the convention, it was very seasonal themed. So, as you can see, Eugenia is very decked out in springtime fashions. She has a really beautiful ruffled white top, and she has a really beautiful layered kind of shimmery rainbow metallic dress. I love her screening, she has like kind of shimmery pink lips and lavender eyeshadow.
Yeah, so someone mentioned, well, several people mentioned on the forums that this Eugenia actually has a very similar screening as a very popular Eugenia in the past, part of the Heirlooms collection. We actually were around when that came out, so it's kind of nice if you miss out on her that she's also available. And I think she's very lovely with her lavender eyeshadow and those really plump pink lips.
I love her. There was a lot of very bold runway fashion this year, so I appreciate that they had a softer, fun pastel kind of look with her. I love her a lot, which, by the way, we're gonna try to, this is obviously a haul, so we want to try to keep things semi-concise, but if you guys would like a full in-depth unboxing and review of any of these dolls, sound off in the comments, let us know, and we can try to deliver if it's requested.
So next up is the other FR girl, and this one is Adele.
Okay, so this is Spring Romance Adele Makeda.
So another spring doll. So all the FR girls were spring slash summer themed. And she looks a whole lot better in person than she did in the promo pictures. I think initially when we saw the promo pictures for her, because our shopping times were much later in the day or the following day, she didn't really do it for either of us, but after seeing her in person on display, she's lovely. Very pastel, very, you know, springtime. I love it. Her accessories really, you know, hammer in the fact that she is, you know, the spring girl.
Mm-hmm. And she has, you can't see when she's in box, but she has amazing shoes. She has gorgeous shoes. They're like a pastel pink and they have a floral design on them. And yeah, the shimmer to her pants, yeah, that was like a common theme this convention, is the textures and kind of the shimmer and color on a lot of these fabrics you appreciate more in person.
Her screening slash her design is very similar to a previous Adele, the Muse, which is another very, you know, shaven Adele. So
she has a shaved head and it's like a flocking. It feels very nice.
All right, so next up here is the New Face girl, and I think New Face is fall slash winter.
So this is London show Naja Rhymes.
Yeah, very on theme. She is probably the most popular of the souvenir shop dolls. Yeah. She definitely made a huge impact on the community. And we talked about her briefly before, but this is a very different look for Naja. So yeah, a lot of fans were really excited to see her in a different skin tone, as well as sporting a very popular outfit that Jessie reused from a one-of-a-kind doll a couple years ago at the Fashion Fairy Tale convention.
Yeah, and she's sporting the Japan skin tone, which I believe Naja has never sported before. So that obviously made this doll very unique. You know, she has blonde curly hair and I think this is one of the boldest fashions this year as well. Just kind of like, you know, the partially unzipped, like long, you know, deep brown jacket. Because it's such a bold look, there's a part of me that feels like she will not end up being for everyone. I think she's beautiful. I think she's really, you know, really striking and really well designed. She's not so much my taste, but I totally understand why she was as popular as she was. She's very unique. And
I've seen some people redress her, and she's definitely a doll that you could potentially redress and make her look drastically different. So
yeah, this year's most coveted, she was first to sell out in the souvenir shop. All right, so this is the only East 59th doll of this year's collection. This is Winter Shimmer Lady Aurelia Gray.
So Max didn't get her, but I did, and I am in love with this color blue. This shiny, almost metallic look to it. She really pops. I think of like just having them all lined up, I think she caught my eye. But I know some people don't like her not having a very drastic look from her other releases, but I do really like the intricate detail of her hair.
A big part of the reason I passed on her is because, I mean, my favorite color is blue. I love blue, but personally, I'm not a huge fan of just all one solid color on dolls, and she's just too much single color for me. And East 59th in general, I don't collect, you know, East 59th, but she is. I totally can see why she'd have an audience. She's just not for me personally, but I will say she stands apart from a lot of the other looks this year. I think she was one of the most like elegant, classy.
All right, so moving on to the poppies of this collection. So,
hard to go wrong with those.
Yes, very hard.
Although, well, we'll get into it.
So first up here we have Young Romantic Poppy. So Young Romantic Poppy is very gorgeous. I think she embodies kind of that fantasy, whimsical, kind of like Romeo and Juliet kind of vibe.
She's very fairy tale to me. You know, and it's funny, I think when a lot of people saw this dress, they said that, you know, it looked kind of shapeless and, you know, not there were multiple people who said that. Yeah, and it's like it is true, it's not, the dress itself isn't the most flattering cut. I personally love it because I think, you know, the cute little, like, kind of fanning out puffy dresses.
It kind of remind me something. I mean, there's two things you can interpret with her dress. It looks a little bit like a maternity dress, or it looks kind of one of those cute little like nightgowns / kind of like the little cute little dresses you put your toddlers in.
Yeah.
So
it has fantasy fairy tale connotations to me, and I love the color. It's like we were discussing the color a lot at the convention. It's like kind of like a really, really light powdery blue, but it's almost approaching lavenderish. Like it's periwinkle was what we decided on. I don't remember. Someone was talking to us and she said, I think it was someone who watches our channel too, and she said it was periwinkle, and she was totally right. But it's so beautiful. It's the little ruffles on it, and I love how she has those dramatic brunette curls, and she has a beautiful screening. I love that she has tan skin.
And the interesting thing is she comes with 2 pairs of feet, so and 2 pairs of shoes. So you can put her in high heels, or she has her, you know, poppy ankles. So she comes with another pair of sandals that are really cute.
She's one of my favorite dolls of the whole convention.
Yeah, so she doesn't have too much going on in terms of like clothing wise, but she comes with a lot of accessories. Alright, up next we have Kimono Poppy, and this one, judging from the name, me and Max were really excited when we saw it on the convention packet. But in person, it's a little different than what we were expecting. We were expecting a little bit more because there was a Kimono Poppy in the past. So we were expecting a bit more of kind of more elegant, but this is more fun. This is like a fun like interpretation of like Japanese.
Yeah, and it's more of like a gaudy, bordering on tacky kind of like American 60s take on the kimono. And I just don't know how I feel about that. It's, you know, I think the sash, the belt too, you know, and we have her unboxed right here, as you can see, and I love Poppy and pigtails, although if you watched our Poppy Parker Style Lab haul, you know that there was another Poppy with pigtails this year, and I don't know, the other one gives me more very cute vibes, and this one gives more like, I'm trying to have fun at a party kind of vibes, but I think she looks great from the neck up. The outfit is just not my favorite. You know, she comes with cute leggings, but I don't know. I think we got so hyped over the name and having like a Poppy wearing a beautiful kimono, and I don't know. It wasn't really what we were expecting. But I do really like her flower earrings.
Well, I think her belt makes her a little bit more shapeless, which isn't something I appreciate. I know it could use like in a separate belt or something smaller, but I think her screening and her hair is my favorite of like all the Poppies in this convention. I like Poppy with like the side glancing look. It makes her a little bit more, gives her more personality. So I think her screening is probably my favorite. So next up we have Poppy's granddaughter. This is Devil Made Me Do It, Tulabelle True, and I love her box. I think that's the most exciting part. I love this lavender color.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's very pretty. But so the theme and idea behind this one is she's supposed to be Anne Hathaway's character in The Devil's Wears Prada. So I think she's a very Vogue looking doll. Her outfit really screams like high fashion. I'm still not completely sold on like these eyebrows that she has. I think the original Yeti for it, Tulabelle, had the bangs or covers up her kind of more dramatic eyebrows, makes her a bit more softer. These ones are a little too dramatic, and she has a huge forehead.
But yeah, I was also sort of on the fence about buying her. I almost didn't buy her, but actually one of the main reasons I bought her, to be honest, is the bag she comes with. The little shopping bag she comes with has a really fun design on it. I just think she's very high fashion. You know, her outfit is kind of a statement, and I like Tulabelle. So.
I like the idea of having a miniature like Anne Hathaway character from one of my favorite films. Yeah, she's very gorgeous. I love her box. So in addition to the convention collection, they released another doll. It's a pre-order doll, but it's part of the convention collection in theory. So this doll, which is Poppy Parker Garden of Versailles. It was a doll that even if you don't attend, you can purchase her. It's part of the convention, so we're including it in here. This is a very interesting doll because it's definitely a very unique look for Poppy. She's definitely in a darker skin tone than we usually see her in. And she has this huge, big hair that's very reminiscent of like that, like the late 60s, 70s kind of like Afro period. And we're not too thrilled with this doll. I think Max kind of hates her. But I like the idea of this big flowing floral dress, but I think the pattern's a little too basic for me. But I like her screaming and I like her hair.
This one just isn't doing it for me. If I'm to be brutally honest, I had slight like buyer's remorse after picking this one up. I mean, I actually usually am a fan of florals, but it sort of depends. And this particular outfit, it just isn't doing a ton for me. Yeah, it's just not totally my thing. Yeah, this, I think you have to be really, really into like florals and that aesthetic to really appreciate this doll.
Alright, so as we mentioned earlier in the video, there was 2 dolls that we did not get in this collection, and they were 2 of the Salesroom's exclusive dolls. And the first one was That's All, Plum Powers, and she is a new character in the industry line, so that was kind of exciting. We almost bought her, especially me. I thought she was pretty cool, but she was a little bit over my budget, and I wasn't really sure about like spending that much money. But she was really cool because she was inspired by Miranda Presley from the Devil's Wears Prada. So that would be kind of cool to have a set of you both, you know, Anne Hathaway's character and Meryl's character. But overall, and then we kind of like, they passed on her both.
You know, it is exciting that they added a new character, but Plum just, she just wasn't my taste. I wasn't really a huge fan of the almost suit-esque outfit she was wearing. You know, I love Devil Wears Prada, but she just, her sculpt and her overall vibe just wasn't doing it for me. Her bag was gorgeous though. I actually think that was one of the most appealing parts about her to me, was she had this really like piercing metallic red bag. And the other doll we did not pick up was Art of Manliness Darius Reid. He was the only monarch in this year's collection. Actually the only boy, period. There are no other male dolls. Which was disappointing, to be honest. I was hoping to see at least one like or something like that. I mean, usually they pop up in the Style Lab, but obviously it was all Poppy this year. He was
very polarizing.
Yes, you know, it's really funny. I feel like there were a lot of people we talked to who were just not feeling him, but the people who were feeling him, he was like their favorite doll at the convention. Like I know actually there was like 1 or 2 people I talked to where he was like, they're like, oh, he was like one of the only ones I wanted from like the convention collection. Like he's the best one. He's just really bold, like really loud. He's just wearing a hot pink suit and nothing else and like a hat. And,
you know, it's just interesting because like he was the most expensive doll in the whole con minus Vanessa. It was $160.
Yeah.
And it just, I don't think the suit really justifies the cost. I get it, there's like a new face sculpt plus like the new body they're trying to recuperate from. The color's really cute. I don't think $160 really went into the creation of what he's wearing.
No.
So, I mean, he didn't even have a shirt, which I get.
Yeah.
Whatever. But...
And this was a new sculpt for Darius, right?
Yeah, so this is... Darius made an appearance after being gone for like almost 10 years. And yeah, he got a new face sculpt, which did not agree with a lot of fans. I think his original sculpt was much more bolder, much more personality. This one's a bit more like...
This one had kind of basic features. In terms of his expression too, he had, I don't know, there was something very flat. Yeah, his expression. Yeah,
it was flat, and I don't think it really had like the dimension like a lot of like Integrity Toys dolls have. It was very
mannequin-esque. Yeah. So it wasn't doing it for us. He had banging shoes though. I almost bought him for his shoes. He had these really pretty, like super iridescent pearly shoes. Loved those, but we passed on him.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite?
From a convention collection, I might need to spend more time with them to fully decide, because right now I'm saying it's actually sort of a tie between Young Romantic Poppy and English Rose Eugenia, because I love both of those two, and those are like my top picks right now.
I think this is very diverse in terms of like what they're wearing compared to last year's convention collection. So there's a doll for everyone. I think it's really hard to choose just one. I think they're all really beautiful.
Yeah, did you have a favorite from like the convention collection?
I don't know. It's hard because I do like both the Poppies, and Eugenia's very pretty. But you know, it really depends on the mood like I'm in. Like Adele's really pretty as well. They're so different.
Yep, a lot of different looks this year. So thank you for joining us for our convention collection and Salesroom exclusive haul from this year's Integrity Toys Convention, live from Fashion Week. Definitely let us know if you guys have a favorite, you know, if you liked the collection this year, if you didn't like it, whatever your thoughts are, let us know in the comments. And once again, if you would like a full in-depth review and unboxing of any of these, be sure to let us know. Also, definitely stay tuned to join us for our final haul, which is going to be
The events, yeah.
Yeah, our haul of the centerpiece and giveaway dolls from this year's convention. So hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't, and
Ring the bell.
Yes, and thank you again for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.